The public library where I worked had a new branch manager named Mr. Fothergill. He had the energy of someone who'd read exactly one book about workplace efficiency and decided he was now an expert. The man walked in during his first week holding a yardstick like a scepter and announced that from now on our shelving would be held to a, quote, absolute standard of perfection. He paused for effect. He loved pausing for effect. He told us every single item on every single shelf would be alphabetized, and nothing would be considered acceptable unless it was letter perfect. He stared each of us down. "I don't want to see a single book out of place," he said. We all nodded like good little worker bees. For about a week, Mr. Fothergill prowled the aisles like a man possessed. He'd crouch down, eye level with the shelves, and run one finger along the spines as if reading Braille. One time he pulled a book out 2 millimeters because the author's last name started with MC, and he'd moved it into the M section instead of the Max section. He held an all-staff meeting to address this critical discrepancy. We sat there for 45 minutes while he explained the correct alphabetical placement of hyphenated names. Then he leaned in close, like he was sharing state secrets, and said, "Remember, letter perfect, not almost, not close enough. Letter perfect. That's the standard." He said letter perfect 4 more times before the meeting ended. One afternoon a woman came in returning a box of donated items. There were about 40 books, a mixed stack of magazines, a few audiobooks on CD, and 2 DVDs. Mr. Fothergill was right there, watching me process the return. He hovered. He breathed down my neck. He said, "Make sure you alphabetize everything before it goes on the cart." I said, "You mean by category first? Like all the books together, then the audiobooks, then the He cut me off. "I mean alphabetically. Every item. We are an alphabet-based institution. The system is the system." He snapped his fingers twice for emphasis. I looked at the pile: 40 books, 3 magazine titles, 2 audiobooks, 2 DVDs. He wanted them all alphabetized together. I opened my mouth to clarify. He walked away, just turned and walked away. So I did what any sensible person would do. I followed instructions exactly. I spent an entire shift alphabetizing that mixed pile by title. Just the titles, nothing else. A is for audiobooks, A is for books, A is for DVDs, all merged into one single glorious A section. Then B, C, D, and so on. The audiobook titled Zorro sat right next to the children's book, Zachary the Zebra, on the shelf, sandwiched between a magazine called Boating Annual and a DVD called Zombie High. The whole thing was a disaster. Beautiful, pristine, absolute alphabetical disaster. Mr. Fothergill came in the next morning and stood at the end of the audiobook aisle for a very long time. He did not say anything. He just stared. Then he pulled out his phone, took a picture, and walked briskly to his office. He didn't say a word for the rest of the day. By that afternoon, Mr. Fothergill had printed a new policy. He slid it under my door like a passive-aggressive Hallmark card. All materials must be sorted by category first, then alphabetized by format within their respective sections. It was a full page, single-spaced, with bullet points and everything. He'd even highlighted the important parts. I read it at my break, smiled, and went back to shelving. The new policy went up on the break room wall next to the microwave. 2 weeks later, corporate visited for a routine audit. Mr. Fothergill shook their hands and walked them through the audiobook section, gesturing proudly at my perfect A through Z arrangement. They looked at the shelf, then at him, then back at the shelf. I was in the back, organizing a cart of picture books. I heard nothing but silence for a very long time.